There's so many different things that can impact the number that shows up on the scale. So you really have to factor in all the external factors as to how seriously you take that number. Today, I'm gonna be talking to you guys about my experience weighing myself every day for 30 days. Hey y'all, it's your girl Funmi-Layo. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to like this video. It helps me out a lot by allowing more people to see the video, and also subscribe because we have awesome content on this channel. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about my experience weighing myself every day for 30 days. Okay. So you guys, yes, I did. So let me just tell you guys how it all started off. I didn't intend to do this, but I did a fast. Go watch the video. For 7 days, I only drank water, and I had many different reasons why I did it. And so as a result of the fast, as you can imagine, 7 days, and I didn't cheat or nothing like that. 7 days of only drinking water, I lost a lot of weight. So I wanted anyways to start like losing weight and everything like that. So I was happy that I had lost weight, and from then I was like, oh, I want to maintain this weight loss and lose more. To be honest, I wanted to lose more at that point, and I had fitness goals and everything like that, because you know, people always say after things like that you end up gaining weight back. You can end up gaining weight back, whatever. So I just was curious, and so every morning before I would eat, I would just get up and I would weigh myself. And I started doing that, and before you know it, it's way more than 30 days now, and I've just been weighing myself every single day in the mornings. And I've noticed several different things that I think are very interesting, honestly, about weighing yourself every day for 30 days. First off, let me just tell you like one of my concerns. So later on in the game, I think this is like recently, I just been kind of concerned like, oh, is it really healthy to weigh yourself every single day? You know, I don't want to constantly have my weight in my mind. I don't want that to be a thing, you know what I mean? I don't want that to be an everyday thing. But I thought about it and I was like, you know what? It's not that bad as long as you have some sort of goal in mind, and depending on the type of person you are. But I would say be careful, because I could easily, if I wasn't the type of person I am, I could easily see this going bad. And I'm not gonna continue this long term. I think once I reach a certain number, I'm just gonna stop. And then if I gain or I lose, that's fine. But even to be honest, right now, I really don't need to be looking at it anymore. I feel like I'm pretty okay where I'm at, but I don't know if you see my recent videos, but go check them out. I am interested in getting abs. And then after that, I am gonna start like lifting again. Like I used to be on a volleyball team like back in high school, and then we'd like do P90X and all those type of stuff. And I actually love lifting. I love it. I love like doing weights and stuff like that. Oh my goodness, it's great. So I think like once I get abs and everything like that, I'm gonna start like lifting and working on, you know, making that booty sit right, you feel me? And just gaining a little bit something back there, a little bit something more, and just making sure I have abs. So eventually the scale will go up anyways. But it's also more about what you look like versus the number on the scale. And that's what's really interesting about my weight fluctuations throughout weighing myself for 30 days. So every time I get on the scale, sometimes I would have a number in my mind that it would be, and it wasn't that number. So that could be for a factor of reasons based on like my water intake the day before, what I ate, or there would be days where I would eat pretty bad and I would expect it to be pretty significant on the scale the next day. But I do think that it actually helped my mindset and my relationship in food in that way, in knowing that just one day of bad eating is not gonna completely mess you up. You know what I mean? And I ate a significant amount of ice cream that day. Come on, like those couple of days. And like the next day, I would just kind of reset and be like, oh, okay, well, everything that I have done so far is not all lost. You know, I can still continue eating how I do want to eat now, and eating healthy and food that's good for my system. I don't have to feel like everything is over, you know, and have that bad relationship with food that anything that's not particularly so healthy, having a little bit of it will completely demolish everything I've ever done. I don't think that's not particularly what I personally want for myself. I know if you've seen like my first videos of like beforehand of me like right after fast, I wasn't even eating anything unhealthy, honestly, because I just didn't have that craving. But as time progressed and I dibbled and dabbled, now I've developed like, oh, you know, my sweet tooth back a little bit, but nowhere where it was before. It's just like, it's nowhere there. But anyways, I noticed that, yeah, like one day won't completely set you back. But of course I wasn't like doing so much eating, but it was good to know and good for my relationship with food to see that, hey, you can have this and be fine the next day. You're good. It's not that deep, you know what I mean? But I will say that the reflections are more like in your body and your face. So I noticed that with certain foods, and I spoke of it with my fasting videos, go check them out. I spoke of it more in detail, but like my face can get swollen and inflamed, and like it'll look like I have a black eye. Like, it's crazy, y'all. You won't believe me, but it gets really bad. It gets really bad. So that was one of the main reasons I decided to like, okay, yeah, I gotta change how I eat, because it's starting to change the way I look, you know? And my face will get puffy and it's just a mess. But I did notice like slight changes, nowhere near the symptoms I used to have before, but you know, just like slight things. But yeah, and it's also interesting enough, sometimes when the number on the scale seems a little bit higher, in the mirror, I might notice like, oh no, but I still look pretty good, or I might see some like definition somewhere in my body. And so I'm like, oh, certain things could be attributed to muscle, right? But gaining some muscle, though I'm not sure how. Well, I was exercising for a little bit, so maybe that could be why. But then also certain things I noticed were attributed to fluctuations within my body and like my hormones. So my period. So I noticed like certain times when I see the scale would just like go up or stay at a certain amount, it was because my period is coming. Because I was like, I'm eating really clean though. It doesn't make any sense as to why, you know what I mean? Or I'm even eating like, I should technically even have lost weight. It wouldn't make sense to me, but then I realized, what else is going on right now? And I would notice, okay, well, I'm bloated. Okay, well, you know, what else am I experiencing? Okay, your period's probably coming. And that's what I noticed, like when it seems like my period is coming, my weight is different. And so that taught me like sometimes when we're weighing ourselves, that's not even the real number. That's not really even your weight. It's like a lot of things are going on right now in your body. So that's just what it is right now. But if you weigh yourself when you're level, like no period's about to come, or you're not, you know, dealing with anything, then the weight is different. So it just taught me that there are a lot of fluctuations in the way that you view your weight. So weighing myself every day just taught me that there's so many different things that can impact the number that shows up on the scale. So you really have to factor in all the external factors as to how seriously you take that number, because you could be about to start your period. You could have not eaten well for the week before. You could be bloated. It could be different things going on. You could have not gotten enough sleep. You could have not taken in enough water. So I don't know. I just found it very interesting just to see that. And I feel like me weighing myself every day for 30 days, what I've learned is that, yeah, there's a lot of things that impact that number on the scale. So you really have to think it through and not take that number as the Bible, like, oh my goodness, this number, da da da. Nah, it's really not that. But I do believe that it is useful. It is very useful and encouraging in the sense that when you eat bad one day, getting on the scale, you get the opportunity to see the number and recalibrate for the following day. So in that way, I do think that it is useful. Would I like say that I would want to do this long term, like for the rest of my life? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think so. But then at the same time, I do think it is beneficial knowing where you're at every day. You know what I mean? Or if you have like a specific weight loss goal, I think it could be, but it also could be not. I don't know. It's up in the air, but I believe that when I will like start doing that weight training, when I get to that part of, you know, my fitness journey, I guess you can call it, I probably won't be on the scale because I'm probably not gonna want to see it go up. I'm just gonna be looking at myself in the mirror more. And it was interesting, just like looking at myself in the mirror and then also weighing myself and everything like that. Sometimes you might like how you look like more at a higher weight than at a lower weight. So those are things to consider, or you know, it's just things to think about. It's more about what you look like versus the number on the scale. But it is very interesting. It was very interesting for me to do that, just to realize how weight can really fluctuate within a long period of time, especially when you are making it a daily task to look and to see where you are on the scale. It's very interesting. But yes, that was my experience doing it, weighing myself every day for 30 days. And I don't know, I guess it's interesting. I don't think I would want to do this long term, because I could just see that, I don't know if it's necessarily healthy to do that every day. But at the same time though, to be honest, I was still eating however I wanted to eat, but it was just, I would keep in mind, hey, maybe you should chill out because, oh, you did so much yesterday and you are at this particular weight today and your goal is this. You know what I mean? It can more so act as like a checks and balances, so it can be helpful in that way. But I was still eating though. I still do that intuitive eating. If I feel like eating, I'll eat. But I intermittent fast though. So that is how I try and restrict myself. But if I'm really feeling like eating, I'll have a little something. But I do my best to always, and I usually stick to it, an intermittent fasting schedule. Go check out the video on that I did. But yes, just checking in with you guys about like how I've been eating, but how things have been going fitness wise lately, and just this thing that I tried. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. All right, but I will holler at you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.